listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. Once again, we are here today, and just like any time, we have another amazing show line for y'all. We have a true honor talking to Steve Williams. He's Tiger Woods' longtime caddy and author of the new book, Together We Ward. I just want to cut to the chase and say it's a true honor talking to you today, Steve. How you doing, man?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me on your show this morning.
Yes, sir. Let's jump right into this, man. This is not just an amazing opportunity for the fans of not just Tiger Woods and golf in general, but for us to be able to look behind the scenes and get some of the, I would say, very appealing insight from your perspective, being to be with Tiger for all these years. Kind of shed light on your collaboration with this book, because we know that it was co-written with renowned golf journalist Evin Priest. Tell us a little bit what inspired you with this project.
Yeah, Evan's an Australian journalist. I'm a New Zealander, and Evin and I, during COVID, did a podcast series called Chasing Majors, which turned out very popular. It was a 13-episode podcast series over all the major championship victories I was fortunate to be part of. So we got a lot of interest off that program, off that podcast, and some interest from some publishers to possibly expand on that into a book, of which Evin and I discussed, and over a period of time worked out an arrangement to do that. So, yeah, Evin and I are like really proud of the book. It's a backstage pass to one of the best chapters in golf history. So it'll give the viewers, a lot of detail behind the scenes sort of thing, and I'll cover over a lot of the iconic moments from Tiger's career in sort of detail. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting, and we're really happy the way it's turned out.
When you reflect on the time that you were able to spend with Tiger, I mean, some of the most amazing moments on TV, for crying out loud. What was it like to just process through that and revisiting some of the most incredible moments in your career with him?
Yeah, to be honest with you, in the time that I was working for Tiger, there was no looking in the rear view mirror. It was always going forward, looking forward to the next major, the next tournament, next year, and so forth. Always, and Tiger had that ultimate goal that he was chasing down Jack Nicklaus's record of 18 majors. So that was the ultimate goal, and that's what motivated you every single day to do your job and keep getting better. But writing the book was a very great experience for me. It was a trip down memory lane. And I got out all my old yardage books, all my notes that I kept, and all the memorabilia I had, and so forth. And then, as we were writing each chapter in that, is doing some, research into some of the events, and it was absolutely awesome to be able to recall a lot of the moments. It was, like I said, a trip down memory lane, and we were fortunate enough to have a good piece of time to write this book. So Evin and I would be writing along, and something would jog my memory from a chapter of 3 or 4 or 5 chapters ago, and we'd be able to sit down and stop and write something else into that chapter. So, like I said, we're extremely happy the way the book's turned out. When we think the reader will be, like I said, it's like a backstage pass to one of the greatest periods of professional golf that we've seen in the modern era.
And once again, we're just now tuning in. We're talking to our special guest today, Steve Williams, and all about the book that you can get right now is Together We Ward. It's all about what he has been able to just experience with his career with Tiger Woods. I want to talk about the work ethic and his approach to the game. When you look at Mr. Woods' approach to golf and just his ability to just be locked in every moment, did there any time of his career it surprised you how much invested he was in his pursuit of greatness?
Well, if I step right back to the very first day that I talked to Tiger about taking the role on as his caddy, I visited his house in Orlando, and he came to the door and just said, "Oh, Stevie, just wait here a minute, or just come in and just wait a minute. I'm just in the middle of doing something." He was playing a video game, and the intensity of which he was playing this video game was beyond belief to me. I mean, it was just a fun video game, and I'd never seen someone so intense. And I thought, man, if this guy's that intense playing a video game, what's it going to be like when he's playing golf? But, these guys that come along the once in a lifetime type of athlete, their desire and their dedication to the job is unique. The fact that there's when you start out with someone like Tiger, and he's just so dedicated to the job, and nothing ever wavered. With all athletes, there's a lot of fortune and fame and wealth comes with being very successful, and it's easy sometimes to take your foot off the gas. And Tiger just didn't matter how many tournaments he won and everything. He just his continued desire to improve and get better every day, despite all the success, was unparalleled in my time of caddying on the tour.
And one question I definitely want to ask before we time is up is, beyond the course, when you were able to see the personal side of Tiger Woods, what do you believe made your friendship with Tiger so unique despite all the pressures of professional golf?
Look, working with Tiger, we're very similar sort of characters. That we don't take no bullshit, and we have this strong work ethic, and that made us very compatible to work together on the course. But off the course, Tiger, people get a good look at that in the book. What Tiger's off the course, very generous sort of guy, and surprisingly just so down to earth. Like I said to you about my first meeting with him, and not long after getting to know Tiger, that we shared something that I've got this sort of, not a habit, but something. I love cleaning cars. I don't know where that came from. And oddly enough, when I got to meet Tiger, this was a guy I couldn't believe was cleaning his own cars. He had a fleet of cars and he'd clean them himself. Most of the people in his position would be not cleaning their cars themselves. So, a very down to earth sort of guy off the golf course, very normal sort of guy off the golf course. A good family man, and we got on like a house on fire.
When you look at the game of golf today, I mean, it's a lot of popularity. It's a lot of people, younger people, tuning into golf in the whole world golf. How do you believe the role of being a caddy involves or is evolving in today's game, and how people look at it?
Yeah, look, I mean, the role of a caddy actually, Shemaiah, is actually getting diminished, to be fair. There's so much information available now. Players have this TrackMan system where and ShotLink and all this stuff, where they can document every shot they hit when they're practicing. And there's so much information available. They have these green reading yardage books, and there's so much information available for the caddies and pro golfers. So that's why in the last sort of 10 years or so, there's a lot more players that are playing professional golf that actually don't hire a professional caddy. They bring a friend, a relative, or someone that's not actually a professional caddy whilst they're working in the role as a professional caddy. That's not that's what their background is. So, the role of a caddy is slightly diminished, just due to all the information available, and some of that information, that caddies previously brought, is information that you can easily get through different devices now. So, slightly different, but you'll always find the very top golfers generally have a professional caddying for them, because those are guys who got the experience and know how to handle things in the heat of a moment in big tournaments.
And one more question for you, Steve Williams. When you look at your relationship with Tiger Woods that you were blessed to have, what, if you could, will be one of the biggest life lessons you learned from him personally?
Oh, the biggest life lesson I work with Tiger is just, work ethic and to keep looking forward. Never look in the rear view mirror. Once something's over, you go to the next thing and concentrate on that. Never dwell on the past. I know it's a saying that we all know, don't dwell on the past, but certainly Tiger was number one at that. Just don't dwell on the past, and I like that attitude.
Once again, talking to Steve Williams. Get the book right now. It is Together Reward. It's available. Make sure you get a copy. Like always, Steve, I want to say thank you for your time, man.
Thanks, Shemaiah.